So another problem I found with Dugan is that the way he just, I mean, he basically makes it out to be like the Orthodox Church doesn't exist and Russia didn't have an influence on it. And him being what he's supposed to be and what he's supposed to represent, it's bigger. It's obviously bigger and more important than just Russia, right? And the issue here is that he's not speaking from purely an Orthodox perspective. He's not speaking from somebody who thinks every culture should inherit the true faith. He's not speaking from a place that the true faith should be founded on, right? He's taking it, and that ontological video that I just did, he's taking it that he needs an issue with, or he has an issue with every culture not having its individuation, right? That's not how it should be. Each culture and each traditions should stay within those traditions, but within an Orthodox content. See, the problem is that you find this in Catholicism, you find this in Protestantism, is that the Christianity needs to adapt itself to the culture. No, the culture should adapt itself to the Orthodox Church. That's how it should operate, and that's how it should be centered around, and that's what it should be. And if he was speaking from a place that was from a genuine Orthodox perspective, he wouldn't have this mishmash or this conjured up nonsense of how, oh well, every culture needs to be on its own and everything needs to be on its own, and if it's okay that if their religion is their religion, then let's just leave it at that. Well, I mean, if he was a genuine Orthodox Christian, he wouldn't say something like that. You just don't do that. And the problem is that he has these issues and he runs into these sophistries where it doesn't become a representation, right? It doesn't become a representation of the true faith, and he knocks it down, and he doesn't build it back up, and he doesn't make sure that these important cues are given and that these important things are taken care of. Like he constantly beats around the bush in the fourth political theory that, well, these cultures are going to be influenced by the West, and the liberalism from the West is going to break down these cultures, and it's going to break down these traditions, and it's going to lead to the cultural degradation or the traditional degradation, when in fact he's negating what the power of like something like the Byzantine Empire, what it did to Russia, how it helped Russia build itself up, right? And then he's very individualistic, which is strange, because if he's really attacking liberalism, and if he's really attacking individualism, the fact that he wants each individual culture on Earth to have their own separate thing or ecosystem or whatever ecosystem, or however you want to describe that, then that doesn't make any sense, because where does he really get off on saying that, well, we can have these things but we can't have those things, and if liberalism is promoting these things, then we can't have those things because of liberalism. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't jive. It doesn't have any contextualization to it when it means, when the rubber meets the road, and when these alleged individual or liberal hive mind kind of hyperbole kind of comes into the picture, that he just completely tries to obfuscate it, and he completely tries to, well, these cultures are the way they are, and we need to accept it. It's just the way they are. But as from an Orthodox perspective, it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be promoting that. You shouldn't be saying things like that. But he does, which is was just odd to me. Just a very odd thing to do.